now we should be.
Okay. I'm on the page. It's a Miss LTD, right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Let me see if I can track the post. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And so, hi everyone. My name is Nilesh Mathure. I'm one of the co-founders of SaaS Tribe. And today we have Richard Fallah from VBOUT. He's the founder of VBOUT. I know there is a lot of discussion and interest about VBOUT and some of the questions around add-ons, terms and conditions. So, Richard, why don't you introduce yourself and then we can get into it.
Thank you, Nilesh, and thanks everyone for all the questions, all the energy, and all the feedback we've gotten since the launch. It's been a really fantastic experience. I think the purpose of this call is to just any questions you guys might have, please send them our way. I'm here to answer them. Any concerns you might have around the deal or anything that you feel are unclear, I'm also here to clarify those questions too. I won't be boring you with any product demos. We have a lot of training. We have a lot of things that we provided. Maybe I'll do a refresher on what's provided out there in case you missed them in my announcements, from free resources, the academy, access to some of the things we've built. But other than that, we can definitely get started with the questions. So thanks, Nilesh, for the introduction.
My pleasure, Richard, and thanks for doing this. So I think we have about 6 viewers. We'll give them some time to go and track the post because there was like a lot of people who. So I think there was some conversation around the terms and conditions, and then you've been actively involved in responding to some of the concerns in the community. So regarding, but I mean, there are these terms and conditions are, of course, to safeguard uh, yourself as well as the other customers in terms of what people can and cannot do with VBOUT, right? So, but what are the feedback? What is the feedback you've been getting? Have you talked to your legal teams? Is there any plans to make some of those changes? And I understand you're not going to just ban people clearly, as what like some people are trying to say. But can you clarify for the audience?
Yeah. So if you guys will go back to the site, you'll see a little amended term, which is describing a little bit the cases where we would actually either suspend or terminate your account, right? Which is honestly in the last 7 years, we've never done this as long as somebody's doing it legally. It happens that accidentally somebody might be collecting emails and they got a honey trap from spam RL or spam house, and they hit the trap. So the way we do it, we get reports, we connect with the user, and we tell them, you have an issue with this list. It seems you've sent an email on July 17th. Can you please check that list? You have some honey traps on that list. In that meantime, we make their emails on moderation. That means we'll have to approve them again. The approval process is usually on new accounts the first month, sometimes less. So we put them back in that first phase moderation just to ensure that they've fixed that issue. And most of the time, they do fix the issue, and most of the time, everything is back on track. That's really the essence of this. But there's so many different things, guys, that we catch every day. Reset your Bank of America password. Reset your Apple. Have been compromised. Apple ID. There's an insane amount of illegal activity, phishing that happens that we are very strict. So if you are not in that category, you're not doing anything illegal, we will have a conversation with you. That you get my word on it. So if there's anything else on the terms that you guys are concerned about, I mean, let me know. I'm happy to address it.
That's great, and thank you for the clarification, Richard. I'm sure the users would appreciate like the approach you have. So you seem very flexible. I don't see. I mean, these are conditions. I mean, which are pretty standard across a lot of SaaS products. I would say.
Okay.
And how long has VBOUT been around? I mean, in terms of business, what's your how big is your organization? Where are you based? and so on. Can you
Sure.
elaborate? Yeah.
7 years in the making. We obviously made things better a lot. We've turned off some features in the past, which were especially reputation management. That was probably one of the main features we turned off. In terms of, I would say, pivot, because APIs and stuff weren't quite ready for it. So since 2017, we've been focused on the full stack experience, which means generate leads, nurture leads, and retain the lead. These are the three phases that we provide tools for. We're not really sales stack, although we do have a basic CRM capability from the contact management, the pipeline management, but we never claim we are sales stack. We are right now, I think, 25 or 26 people, more or less. And we are US based, primarily New York headquarters, but my team is scattered between Lebanon, Philippines, Canada, Palestine, Turkey. So we are operating in a remote environment. That's been the history with us, and yeah, that we operate on these two time zones, which works for everybody.
Okay. Okay, great. And in terms of the Appsumo plan, there are certain add-ons. I mean, you're giving quite a lot in terms of VBOUT. We have one of our community member. He created some videos. Jenny Jones. I'm not sure if he's online, but he's probably away, or maybe he's going to join shortly. But he created some videos. So the question is, what are the add-ons? Would there be any surprises in the future, right? Because with the LTD community, they don't really like for too much of a surprise. I mean, will there be subscription-based cost involved in terms on top of the LTD, or what is the approach?
Yeah, I totally understand the concern of the community. They're focused on the 1% of what we're giving versus the 99% that's included in the deal. That deal was, you have no idea how much negotiation we had to do to get to that deal, because what we're providing is a $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year worth of value provided for that flat fee. And that's a yearly fee that our agencies right now are paying to be part of the platform. They recoup their money from the first couple of clients that get on board. So in terms of like the value of the core product, the 99%, it's there. Now, the add-on features are going to be things like, one of them was the inbox and the calendar. We use a partner for it. Commercially, we're obliged to pay them. Every time somebody connects a calendar, I have to pay $24 a year for that calendar. Okay.
Okay.
So that means if an LTD comes in with us and they create 10 calendars and they're on a tier 1 and tier 5, that's pretty much our cost. Forget about email costs, forget about everything. So some of these add-ons, which are literally the email inbox, the calendar, we have commercial obligations to pay a partner. So we did amend the deal a little bit. We did include one per account, including the sub accounts. So we're swallowing that cost because we love you guys and we want you to be part of it. But we cannot make it unlimited. So I think that's kind of the main add-ons we have. The other add-ons we provided for free were integrations. Salesforce, we cannot make it free because we provision a VM for every time. We have to pay monthly for that VM. The others we made free as well, like the HubSpot connector, the Zoho connector, and Sitely, and so on. So we've been proactive, but nothing else right now on the add-ons beside upgrading emails. That's really, not provided to you guys as a community, but provided to someone else. You see what I mean? And the same pricing for everybody, not only the Appsumo community. Sumo links are treated the same way as whoever's paying us $10,000 a year. We're not discriminating. And I made this clear to my team too.
Okay. Okay, very good. And so these costs are upfront. They are known to users. I mean, once you go ahead and purchase the account, they see these add-on costs.
Yeah,
it's a predictable cost they can see, right?
Yeah, they're not even listed on the deal details what they're getting. The deal details was very clear. Everything that's on the deal details is free. There's no surprises. There are no surprises. So everything is there. We did not promise something and all of a sudden we're going to pay you. I hate this kind of experience. It happened with us in the past with some products.
Yes.
And we don't do this. Even increasing pricing on existing clients, we don't do it. I like to grandfather people into existing plans, knowing that I came from a background where I was burned a few times. even when I was with Intercom, we've been with them for a while. All of a sudden, our tab went from a $50 a month to $700 a month because we had a lot of users. So we're never going to switch that model to be as drastic. There's no way.
Okay. Okay. So we have a question here from Arthit Yampa. Do you have a plan to update UX UI on roadmap?
Yeah. So we redesigned our email builder, landing page builder, and the dashboard. We have a redesigned mockups and that in the background. The next release is going to be the email. So keep a lookout on the next 2 weeks. You're going to see a new email experience drag and drop. It's going to follow with the landing page builder. And probably next year, we're going to get around to improving a little bit the dashboard user experience. User design, user experience, especially in a product as big as ours, is not easy because it can get very complicated. I mean, obviously, HubSpot is a great product, but it's not easy. A lot of people get lost in using it. As I'm giving HubSpot as an example.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So it is on our roadmap. Short answer, but it's probably going to be sometime next year.
Okay. And you said a product as big as yours. So certainly it's a big product. There is a lot of features from email to automation and to landing page builder. So you're offering quite a lot of features in VBOUT, right? How does it compare? Because there are certain applications which would just do one thing, right? For example, and a lot of them come on Appsumo, for example, a landing page builder in itself. So would you say when it comes, because you're offering a lot of these features, they're more tightly integrated? Are they best of breed? Can they compete with the best of breed products in terms of features if we look at each feature of VBOUT individually?
Right. If somebody's looking just for, let's say, a landing page builder, and that's all they require, maybe we're not the best fit for them. If you go to Unbound, Splash Pages, and some of these guys, I'm pretty sure they might provide a more smooth experience, more options, all that good stuff, right? I'm on page with that. But if you're looking for the full stack, you want to create a campaign, you have a landing page you want to launch, add a form, you want to personalize the page with people's names. And then from there, you want to be able to get them to the funnel and automate the process. So if you want to build everything in one place, we pretty much built everything necessary. And we didn't even just build them to be basic features. Everybody who've tried our products will see that we have a lot. Every feature packs a lot of power. Okay. Could they be improved? Just like everything else, it can be improved. But we have companies executing campaigns end to end. And you're talking about companies moving from HubSpot, Marketo, SharpSpring, and so on. They move to us to execute campaigns. They save a lot of money, and they're pretty happy with it.
Okay. Okay, great. So thanks, Arthit. You say I'm considering buying tier 3. That's great. Another comment, 7,000 mails per sub account, but tier 5 full stack, just only 5,000 mail per account. I'm not sure what that means, Arthit, but does that make any sense?
So I think you're asking, what are the limits of the plans?
Yeah.
So I think tier 3 comes with 35,000. You can spread them for up to 5 accounts, I believe. So that means, and I'm sorry, guys, let me open up the deal here. There's too much going on. Let me see. Okay, tier 3. You get 5 sub accounts, so you can distribute the 35 over 5 sub accounts. So that means you can get up to each one of them is going to have 7,000 emails, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he means. Yes. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Now if there's any questions around that I'm not getting, please let me know. Is there a question, Arit?
Yeah, Arthit, just comment and let us know if that answers your question or you have a follow-up question. And then we can, so Sar has a question here. How can we scale beyond 20 sub accounts? Say I want to be an agency for 100 of my.
Yeah, there are 2 ways to do it. One, the shared pool is allocated for the full stack. That means anybody you put on the shared pool, that you distribute the 35,000, 50, or 100. They're all going to get the entire stack. There's nothing hidden there. Now, if you exceed the pool limit, you can either reach out to us, buy an add-on. We have one add-on special for the community. It's 50,000, 25,000 emails for $50. But that increases your limit probably by 5 accounts. And there's another option, which is creating custom plans. That's only available on tier 5, however. These custom plans can be free. They could be $20 a month. They could be $100 a month, depending on how much limits you want to give them. And you can just have unlimited amounts of these. You would have to pay for them, but they will be available for you.
Okay. Okay, so Sarah, I hope that answers your question. I mean, for sure, if you have any follow-up questions, they're most welcome. I have a question for you based on the feedback with one of our users, Heather. I think she was actively commenting in one of the posts you were involved in. I apologize for the language some of the users were using. I mean, that's not the polite language to use, of course, in the community. But my question is around Heather's feedback that she found it a little bit more complex to use with some of the API functionality and things like that. So is there something like where you need a user to be more technical to use VBOUT? Is it for everybody? Can there be certain things we can do from an adoption perspective where the community who has purchased VBOUT, maybe in future you have an adoption specialist and we can get them on a call and do a couple of sessions to get people started? Is that something you would be open to do, Richard?
Yeah, we do it all the time. We scope integrations. I think what Heather primarily was looking for was a webhook. That was her main requirement, because the way she operates, and she said it, I'm a blogger and these are the things that I really need. I need a very simple webhook. She doesn't want to use Zapier, which I totally understand. Zapier can get around using it. And we are, by the way, listening to the community. So we are scoping Integrately. We are scoping Spider, SyncSpider, Integromat, and Pabbly Connect. So these 4, I think every single one of them, if I'm not mistaken, guys, please don't, they provide some sort of a webhook capability. So we are going to introduce that to make it a little bit easier, even though currently we do have an API sync that can connect to us to add a contact or can pull a contact out. So we have some capabilities already. A lot of developers have built on top of it, but it just wasn't for Heather. Heather is a solo entrepreneur. She's a blogger. She's very active, awesome. Her webhook capability wasn't just out of the box like she's expected. I think that's what she was referring to. And if Heather with us, please give us some more visibility on that. Happy to hear.
Okay, great. So we have a follow-up comment from Sar. I was asking more like, say I get tier 5, which has 20 sub accounts and 100K emails. Can I scale with a monthly add-on to 100 sub accounts and 500K email, etc.? So is that possible, Richard? And would he be charged just for the add-on emails and he gets to keep the LTD tier which he has purchased so he can scale up and scale down when he wants? Or how do you?
So we can talk, sir. If you want to increase 400,000 emails to your plan, obviously those 400,000 need to be billed monthly. Okay. And that will increase the limit on your account. So to get it to 100 subs, we'll work with you. We're not going to nickel and dime you, but we have to cover our costs. Everybody knows when we come to the Appsumo community as a SaaS platform, we are either looking for 3 things. 1, we are a new startup looking for validation, which is that's not what we are. 2, looking for pure leads so you can upsell them all the way, which is not what we're doing. We're providing pretty much everything, yes, except for those very simple 1% add-ons. And 3, we are looking for community awareness, feedback, 5-6 years down the road, which is where we are now. So this is what we're looking for: feedback, community building, awesome people like you guys. So we will not going to nickel and dime you, but we have to be fair for everybody, because we don't want to be out of business giving everything for free as well. I think you guys understand that dynamic.
Absolutely. So, sir, hope do reach out to the VBOUT team directly And then maybe if you have any follow-up questions or requirements around add-ons, for sure, you can have that conversation, right? And
Yeah, and exactly. And the pricing offer to you guys is the same exact offer to whoever's paying us monthly regular license. We're not gonna upcharge you or pad our fees just because you are on an Appsumo deal. We will not do that. You get my word for it. Everything you're gonna get is offered to everybody alike.
okay.
Now, I have to add one thing, Nilesh.
Yes.
Some people are wondering what's going to be free, what's going to be an add-on. So some things are inherently product enhancement. For example, the automation is going to have a voicemail as one of the actions. So instead of sending an email, you can dial out. It's going to have WhatsApp integration in the future. It's going to have, I forgot, there's one more thing we're introducing. These are not going to be offered for a cost because they're enhancing existing features,
Yes.
and our cost is pretty much nothing. But when there's a commercial license involved with a partner, or there is, let's say, a VM for sync, because syncing with Salesforce, 100,000 API calls per hour, let's say, that requires a lot of resources. There's going to be a fee for it. And that's going to be an add-on, which you might not ever need, So for those of you who asked this question, this is my answer. Core features will not be charged. Extra add-ons you might never need will have some sort of an associated fee. Okay. It's like a marketplace, right,
Yes.
Nilesh?
Yes.
Marketplaces, you buy whatever you need. So
Absolutely. Yeah. And then you can build a full Martech stack around basically, VBOUT being the core, right? So I would say you address all the features from some of the main features from VBOUT, and then whatever is needed, you complement that with your integration partners.
right. 100%. And that's what agency partners have built. They were able to launch their own platform in a day. We're giving you white label capability, access to our back end so you can break down the system as you want, manage billing,
Yes.
group assets in one place, and copy them over accounts. I mean, these are features that give you flexibility to launch your own platform. And we have a lot of our clients that are competing with us because they're using our software as a marketing automation offering.
Yeah.
We love this. So we're giving you that layer as an agency to launch it as your own. And I really want to emphasize that obviously, if you are in the business of doing that, you always charge the client some fee, right? So you can charge them $25. You can charge them $50 a month because clients understand they need technology.
Yes.
So you can recoup your money very fast. It's not like we're selling you a license for $1,000 and you have to go out and sell it for $1,000 a month. So this is something I wanted to emphasize as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we want the users to be profitable, and we want VBOT to be profitable as well, right? Otherwise, it's no good situation for anybody. So yeah, I mean, seems very fair to me. Obviously, there will be differences of opinion. Hopefully, we get some more feedback, and we can answer some of those in the community. But Artit has the follow-up question here. Sorry, my question means tier 3 is equal to 35,000 emails per month and 5 sub accounts. Then I'm setting email 7,000 emails per sub account. But full stack is equal to 100,000 emails, 20 sub accounts. So I get only 5,000 emails per. So, okay, Arthit, I get your question. So what he's saying is you're getting less in a 5 stack versus you're getting more emails in your tier 3, Richard. Is that something?
Well, you can create accounts on the tier 5 to have more limits. So tier 5, let's say the minimum you can assign is 5,000, but you can assign 7,000, 10,000 per account. So technically, the way we cap the limit, and this is just technology limitations, you take 100,000, you divide it by 20 accounts. That's how it's going to work. Now you might tell me, Rich, I'm going to assign 110, 15, I'm going to have a remainder or balance. Don't worry. If that remainder happens, then what I'm going to do is I'll roll it over to your final account until you cap that 100,000. Okay. Once you get there, we will help you. And this is something you get with us, is you get access to the team to kind of assist you make this work in your environment. So I don't know if this answered your question, but the tier 5 the minimum you can assign per account is 5,000. It could be more. For tier 3, the minimum you can assign per account is 7,000. Okay.
Okay. I think what he means is the limit is not scaling from tier 3 to tier 5. So that's what he means. But I hope, Arthit, you're getting what Richard is saying. But if anything, let me know. Let us know, of course. So Arthit, your next question has been answered. Do you have connect with Pably and Integrately? Yes.
Working on one of them.
Yes.
We're going to roll out at least one, not all of them in one shot, of course. The one that's going to be rolling out next is still internally debated. Pardon me. I would love to hear from you if you guys suggest between SpiderSync, Pably Connect, Integromat, and Integrately, and ConvertBox. Which one of these you think would you recommend? I would love to hear your feedback, by the way.
I have a bias towards ConvertBox and Integrately, but don't take my word for it. We have a lot of Pably users in the community as well, and an equal amount of Integrately users. So,
Got it.
Very divided on that front as well. But anyway, okay. So this is a question from RV Kiran. He is saying, how quickly you might fix the integrations for Zoom meetings and Zapier alternatives.
So Zapier alternative is going to be probably within the next 2 months. We're going to have something, okay? Maybe sooner, depending on how our existing roadmap is picked up, shifting things around. We can't make those decisions overnight because my dev team is already actively working on things. Now, the Zoom meeting integration, I cannot promise you we're going to be doing it immediately, because when we do Pably or others, I think you can use that to connect, right? We did the Zoom webinar because you can have hundreds of people signing up, whereas in the meetings, you have very limited amount of people signing up. So based on our community feedback, the Zoom meeting wasn't an immediate need. It could be done via a connector like Zapier, Integrately in the future, hopefully. So that's kind of where we are. The name VBOUT itself, that's another question.
Yeah.
We initially started as a virtual bot, virtual business card, and then we pivoted. That was back in 2013. And we just stuck with the name. So it doesn't mean much. It's not a Google, which is 10 to the 100. I forgot. It doesn't mean much beyond that.
Okay. We have one comment here. So from RV Kiran again, I've seen that the automation workflow is a bit slow. Once more Appsumo users are onboarded, your infrastructure might be more slow. So I think he's talking in terms of scaling your infrastructure as you onboard more users. Because when typically a product lands on Appsumo, people will purchase it, look at the reviews, and they will hold on to it to see how it develops, and they'll actually use it over a period of time. Not everybody will just go and start using an application.
Sure.
So, I mean, like what he's saying, already for him, maybe he's having an automation workflow seems a bit slow. Can you talk a little bit about that? Why could it be slow for him? Or is there any work going on around onboarding more users and scaling your infrastructure?
Right. It's funny. I saw one of the comments, I don't know if it was on your blog, on your feed or somewhere else. Somebody said, oh, the system's too slow. And then they commented, oh, sorry, guys, it was my end, right, of things. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that's the case with whoever asked this question now. Sorry, I don't see a name. But what we're doing right now, the biggest, I would say, consuming factor is our lead scoring. We're processing 1 million records per minute in terms of when somebody opens an email, does this and then does that. That's being migrated to a different environment as we speak. And if you ever had a slow moment using the dashboard, a little bit of lag, it's probably because that went from 1 million to probably 5 million all of a sudden, right? And that could happen based on website visits, email open, email clicks. But overall, nobody has really reported anything significant in terms of slowness or anything like that. Now, in the automation, if you have filters that are very large, let's say you have a condition that's like a 50 condition or 20, let's say 20 condition, or let's start there. When you log back to it, you might have a little bit of a delay because we cache some of the information and then we refresh it just for speed. But other than that, I haven't seen anybody reporting any slowness or anything like that. It could be a temporary issue. We're deploying something to the system, which also sometimes can cause a little bit of slowness. But yeah.
Okay. Hook, Arvi Kiran, hopefully that answers your question. I mean, if you still...
I can do a few minutes, Nilesh, okay? I know I told you there's a cutoff. I moved a couple of things around, okay? So
okay. Okay, so last question. What access do you get? Actually, second last. What access do the team do you get for support? A startup like me would appreciate that support, right? So...
Yeah, many of you have engaged with us already. We're working tirelessly around the clock. You're getting access to live chat. They answer you. Obviously, we cannot speak to every single one. Having 100, 150 tickets per day, at least right now, which is a lot. But we are very active. We have daily sprints. Any major issues we tackle. Any question we try to answer you in a timely manner. If we can do it within the 5-minute mark, which is our pretty much average during the day. Literally, our average is less than 5 minutes. So you get an answer, you get a human on the other side. But we also have our product documentation. We have a library. We have an academy, which I highly recommend people using it. And we have daily training, which is a pre-recorded demo event. I highly encourage you to leverage these. And I don't know if there's a way I can put them in here, I think.
Yeah, you can post them on the comments in Facebook, or you can message me. I can post them as well. All the resources users have access to. And Jason, thank you for asking that question. We'll take this last one. Do you have some social media automations?
We just do scheduling right now on social media. We don't automate. There are some limitations around that from Facebook and Twitter and Instagram side that I want you to automate beyond the scheduler. Auto responses has been on the table. Like when somebody has this in the response to that, I would say the bots within Facebook Messenger and soon Instagram Messenger has been on the table. I don't have an exact roadmap for it, but unless you're talking about something else in social media automation. Happy to hear.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure you are part of the community, so we can talk and be in the conversations, and hopefully, Richard, you can get some of your team to answer some of the questions users might have after this live as well. So, and I'll post some of the resources related to VBOUT in the community. But I appreciate your time. I know you have a hard stop, so hopefully we can get some more interest and do this again. I appreciate your time, Richard. Thank you for answering all the questions.
No problem. I appreciate your time, Nilesh, and everybody here who joined us. Please feel free to ask any questions directly via live chat or on the deal page. We are providing daily resources, training, and soon I'm going to have a video just for the agency layer so you understand exactly how it works. Other than that, welcome, guys, and happy to have you if VBOUT is a good fit for you.
Okay, excellent, guys. So thanks again. Check VBOUT on Appsumo, and any questions, feel free to post in the community. And thanks again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.